Morning, guys.
Early sun in the Arizona desert. It couldn't be a better day for flying.
It's a very calm day, so it's really pretty. Just a little bit crisp.
It's always exciting when you strap in, when you're getting ready to fly, and you don't have any wings.
Ron Guerin is chief pilot for Worldview, a company that will soon take people to the edge of space with a balloon.
There's different ways to get to space. The way that we're offering, I think, is a lot different than the traditional way. The traditional way of basically sitting on a controlled explosive and riding on a rocket.
He's part of an exclusive club that has caught a ride to space in this, an experience he shares with Commander Mark Kelly. They will be the first Worldview pilots.
I mean, climbing into a rocket ship and landing on your back and being strapped in and 7.5 million pounds of thrust on your back, just with incredible amounts of vibration. It's just a really fun thing to do. Accelerating from 0 to 17,500 miles an hour in 8.5 minutes is incredible.
The first time I looked out the window of the space shuttle and I saw the planet below me, I think, I was filled with awe. I mean, it's an awe-inspiring view for sure.
It's such an incredible thing to see our planet just floating there in the blackness of space. I think it's life-changing. So to give that experience to other people, I think it's really important.
So this is Spaceport Tucson. This is our launch pad. From this pad, we're going to launch our balloons to the edge of space. It's pretty exciting. Our spacecraft right in the middle of the pad, and then from the spacecraft to 500 feet high will be the balloon. And this balloon, when it's fully inflated, will be the size of an NFL football stadium.
They're already making and testing these supersized balloons on tables that run the length of an Olympic pool.
So we're in our balloon farm. This is where we make the balloons. So this table will make one balloon in 4 to 6 weeks. When you look at balloons construction, not a whole lot has happened since the mid-50s. So we really wanted to take an opportunity to inject new materials, new processes, new technologies into the art of ballooning. So we look at a lot of materials like things like Kevlar that give strength to those load tapes that hold the load into a balloon. But also we find is just looking at the quality of the film and its clarity.
We're trying to design this experience where you could pretty much just show up and climb on board and get a safety brief and then experience what it's like to see the planet like an astronaut sees it.
The balloons will lift this 10,000-pound capsule. This is the size and weight of the real thing.
This would be basically all glass. Something you could see through, so you could control the vehicle as you came back down to a runway and fly this thing to a gentle landing on the runway. And then the other, passengers will sit, facing outward so they can get a great view of the Earth.
The balloon will be released from the pad, and we will gently rise at about 1,000 feet per minute. So it's just like riding a bicycle, about that speed, all the way up to above 100,000 feet. And so we'll stay up at that altitude for a couple of hours. When it's time to come back, we will detach from the balloon. First of all, we'll deploy the parachute to make sure that that's all ready to go. It's a steerable, very, very large parachute, about the size of a basketball court. We'll have that deployed, we'll release from the balloon, and we'll fly back about an hour and a half back to a nice gentle landing at a predetermined spot on the ground. The first thing I did to start to prepare myself for the test program was to learn how to fly parachutes. And to learn how to fly parachutes, the easiest way is to jump out of airplanes with a parachute on your back.
Pleasure jumping is one thing. Landing 10,000 pounds with people in it has never been done before. It's why Ron has moved on to flying parachutes in this.
About 500 square feet.
Each time they get a chute in the air, Ron can perfect his steering. They eventually want to automate the process. The guidance unit is in here.
This is our guidance unit for our robotic missions. So that's just one of the things that we did, and so we just want to take it up and make sure that the flight characteristics haven't changed because of the new weight. So we're going to get up, we're going to test the flight characteristics of the vehicle since we made all these modifications. And again, the modifications are so that we can start to fly our unmanned Stratolites.
Another step closer to an even higher view, one Ron can't wait to see again.
Yeah, as you can imagine, it's a view that I miss very much. By zooming out and having a bigger perspective of the planet that we live on, it changes your perspective, it changes your philosophies, it changes how we solve problems, and I think that's a very, very powerful part of the whole mission at Worldview.